here in New Orleans have a thing about directions. We don't use them. The cardinal ones anyway, because instead we're really more into landmarks. Riverside, lakeside, uptown, downtown, over by so-and-so's mama's house. And when it's carnival, there's another one in the mix. Sidewalk side and neutral ground side. It just so happens one of those is better than the other. For those of us who find ourselves as onlookers rather than crew members, ambling down the parade route or setting up ladders in your all-day campsite, it's a time-honored tradition. You can't make plans to see other people. You just run into them instead, say Happy Mardi Gras, and carry on with your merrymaking. You just can't do that as easily on the sidewalk side. For one thing, the sidewalk is too narrow. You and your chairs and coolers get cramped up against the fences and bushes of other people's front yards, which typically are filled with the friends and family of the people who live there anyway. If you ask me, I like to have some wiggle room when the bands come marching down, and it's awfully hard to catch anything if you're worrying about your elbows knocking into the basket some kid has glued to a poster board with a bullseye drawn on it. Then you've got the avenues of human traffic that develop, the slow-moving gaggles of families or friends holding hands tightly and unyielding to fellow travelers, which really puts the squeeze on. Sometimes these passersby can find a weak spot in the wall of revelers, and suddenly you've got a highway of dozens of people walking between you and your friends, angling for a similar weak spot on the other side of the route. And look, don't even get me started about people who try to walk their bicycles down the sidewalk side. It's just all so much easier and more pleasant to be on the neutral ground side, where not only do you have wide stretches of grass, but typically more access to portalettes and parking. It's just so much easier to get around, especially if you're on the uptown side of the route. I like breathing room, and that's what you get on the neutral ground side. So look, I know there are t-shirts that proclaim one over the other, but this is one carnival conundrum that's easy to solve. Either way, enjoy Mardi Gras your way, because it would be awfully boring if crew members found half the roadways empty. But you'll know where to find me.